Within the deep, inky depths of the dark sea, do we reside. We have fooled ourselves into thinking that all is known, all is the familiar, that all is explainable and rational. Such foolish thoughts. Some think that these are the thoughts of an indulgent child, cozy inside a warm room, made up of its personal delusions. But there is darkness within darkness, and the walls are not a human creation alone. But there is hope also, because each individual one of us has the possibility of not just seeing those walls, but of breaking them down and flying past them, to true freedom. For now though, we are the indulgent child, never suspecting, never wanting to suspect, that the walls it calls sanity and reality are mere illusion, a wonderful illusion to be sure, a small respite perhaps, on a long journey. And can you blame any of us, for wanting to remain within the throes of this wonderful illusion, that we have created? There seem to be few allies in that infinite and cold space, out there. For giant geysers, of nebulous and unknown things, exist just beyond the pitiable human senses, and technology is no real and lasting help, out there in that sometimes blasphemous expanse. How can instruments and machines, designed to merely expand on the human senses and the known, help us to see or comprehend that which is beyond our rational minds? It's like creating microscopes and telescopes, to see the walls that imprison us better. Such instruments might, if powerful enough, allow us to see the cells and the atoms, the stars and the firmament, that seem to make up our walls. But they will tell us nothing about what exists beyond them, and within those strange angles, that truly partition us from the unrestrained infinity, in which we dwell. Such machines and instruments galore, will indeed have us finding atoms, galaxies, quarks, neutrinos, black holes, bosons, leptons, pions, and an ever-growing minutiae of particles and things. Until one day, perhaps one day, we may begin to realize the insanity of it all, as we find ourselves with an ever-growing and never-ending lexicon of things, and for the first time perhaps really suspecting that we have created all of the furniture inside our prison walls. And so, sooner or later, humanity will grow bored, does indeed grow bored, and begins to realize that the growing discomfort it feels will not go away. This internal ache, that threatens to drive humanity to acts of wanton self-destruction, give it only one way out, and that is to break down those self-created walls that now imprison it. This atavistic self-destructive urge dares all of humanity, maddens it, and ultimately impels it, through threats of personal survival, to voyage far and see what lies past the walls of these self-created rooms. But some might ask, can humanity escape these walls and face the abyss? Can it face the eternal, the megalithic, and the cold and indifferent open maw of ink-black oblivion, that may be found along with the true freedom that we all must have? What a terrible plight! What an amazing adventure! It becomes a terrible plight when we have no clear answer as to how to escape the trap, or how to confidently and capably face that eternity. But when we have knowledge and purpose, then such a situation becomes a magnificent journey, a most glorious adventure. So how do we begin this journey? How do we survive the abyss? And how do we escape this cage without walls? How do we free ourselves from the self that we have manifested in this three-dimensional space, as a flesh and blood body, and how do we fly into the infinity out there? That enormously compelling and unrelenting chasm of utter freedom. Well, such a prodigious task requires the accomplishment of a great work. It requires that we dedicate ourselves to a masterpiece of action. It demands the Magnum Opus. Because it is only through the completion of this great work that we may acquire true power, and make available for ourselves the possibility of defying our physical life and death, and the oblivion of our individuality, that this death initiates. That is the reason for the great work, the true reason for the creation of the Philosopher's Stone, which is to have the power needed to escape the walls of the trap, and to be able to confidently and competently face that infinity by becoming a type of immortal ourselves. I am therefore very proud and excited to make this course available now. This step-by-step course is made available in book format, either as a physical print book or as an e-book for your convenience. This is a course on inner alchemy. Indeed, it is the great work of inner alchemy. This energy accumulation, storage, and refinement is the foundational principle behind all true magical work. It is everything. And this textbook on the great work is the step-by-step course that shows you how to erase all energetic loss, and how to turn all of this extra energy towards a most amazing alchemical process, a distillation, a transmutation of the greatest import. This course will show you how to store the large quantities of extra energy that you will gain through energetic reabsorption. It will show you how to turn this energy into the coveted Philosopher's Stone, and even how to begin the process of refining this stone further into the immortal body. It is the process by which you can go about turning the lead in your life into gold, and the process by which you can have a chance to become an immortal being yourself. This course is the beginning of an alchemical journey that can turn you into a living dream. I will leave a link to the book in the description below.